Okay, so just to recall what we have done in the last class, we have discussed the Gauss-Jordan elimination process and seen that how to find a matrix inverse of a given matrix. Okay. Although Gauss-Jordan elimination is used to find out the reduced row echelon form, but it has another application that it can help us to find out a matrix inverse for a given matrix. Okay. Now, for your information, just two corrections. Number one, this is in the last class I have mentioned that minors of a particular element, minor of A11, for example. That time I have been writing this determinant, but it is not the correct one. It is actually the matrix. It is a part of the matrix, so that is why it came as a confusion that whether it is if we have a square matrix or if it is a rectangular matrix, then what will be the minors of that particular. So minors are not the determinant. Minors are the part of the matrix for which we are trying to find out. So for A11, this is the minor. And we can find out if it is a square matrix, the minor is a square form, then we can find the determinant. Okay, so this is one information I wanted to convey to you. Another information, I think it is from lecture 4. Okay, the last three steps, there were some mistakes. So that you get the solution here. Okay, so this from lecture 4, the correct calculations will be here of this form. There was some mistake, so I have verified and I have corrected the calculations. So steps. The only thing you have to be careful about the steps that you are doing. Okay, then we briefly introduce that what is the normal form of a matrix. Given a matrix A, we do row and or column operations. Okay, and then we try to find out one of the form, the normal form. Normal form will be any one of these four matrices. So that is why by performing elementary transformation, so we are not talking about row or column because both can be performed in this case to find out the normal. So how do we find this normal form? We'll see. We'll look into it very soon. But the normal form will be one of these four forms. Okay. So this can be written as if the rank of A is R, let us write R, then we can write it is in this form. The normal form will be of this form. So this rank will be 4. Here this rank is 3. Here also rank is 3. But this is also rank is 3. And the normal form will have of this form. Okay. Now at the end of this session, we will try to relate what is REF, then RR, EF, and then normal forms. And normal. Okay. So how do we find any? Okay. Given a matrix A, try to reduce the matrix to its normal form. Okay. So after row and column operations, what we'll get? We'll try to find out either it is of this form or I4, or it can be any of the one of the form. Yeah, either it can be I4 or it can be of this form I3 comma or I3 or I2. Let us we don't know the rank of this matrix, so let us write 0 or of this form, or it can be of this form also. So any one of this form. So we have to look at it. So let us just try to do the operations. Okay, so what we have here 1. So we want here 0. So what we do? We'll do this row operations. So R2 minus 2 times R1. Because we have this pivot element. Okay, pivot, the first non-zero leading entry of this column. So let us, we'll use this pivot to find out the other quantities. So this is 1. Let us write row operations we are doing. So row wise, let us write 2, 3, and 4. And then 2 minus 2 times 1. 2 minus 2 times 1. So this becomes 0. 0 here. Then 1 minus 2 times 2. So this becomes 1 minus 4. So this becomes minus 3. Then 4 minus 2 times 3. So this becomes 6. 4 minus 6. So this is becoming minus 2. And then it becomes 3 minus 2 times 4.
Minus.
So this is minus 5. Similarly, this is 3 minus 3 times 1. So this is 0. So 0 minus 3 times 2. This is minus 6. And then we have 5 minus 3 times 3. So 5 minus 9. So this becomes minus 4. So minus 10 minus of 3 times 4. So this becomes minus 22. Now, I already mentioned here we can perform row operations and column operations. So if you remember the row operations, what we have done earlier, we have done we wanted to make all these 0 first. Okay, then this one's 0. Okay, after that we have done the reverse phase. Reverse phase is that whatever the 0 is above the main diagonal, the reverse phase is this one. We have to make it 0. Okay, we wanted to make this one 0, this one 0, and then this one 0. So we have done these zeros. So all these steps. But since we are only doing their row operations, but now we have the freedom to do the column operations also. Okay. So once we have this matrices, so we have one here. Okay, we want this one also 0, 0, 0, 0. We want them. So what we do? We want C2 minus 2 times C1. Then C3 minus 3 times C1. C4 minus 4 times C1. So this will become 1, 0, 0. Because we are doing the column operations now, so we have to write the columns first. So this is 2 minus, here it is. This is 2 minus 2 times 1. So this is 0. So let us put 0 here. So 3 minus 3 times minus 3 minus of 2 times 0. So everything will be 0, 0. Again, this will be 0, minus 2. Oh, sorry. This is 3 by 3 matrix. Again, this is minus 4. So this is minus 6. Yeah. So this is 0, then minus 5, minus 22. Okay. Now that we have 0 here, we have also 0 here. Because our target is to get kind of the matrix that we have. Any one of this form, any one of the 4 forms. Okay. So we want 0 and 1s. Okay. So we have first row and first column, we have 0 and 1. Next, our target is to make this one as 1. Okay. So for that, we can just divide by the minus 3. And this one also, if we make it 0, then this you can, to make it just simplify. So just the next step, what we do, R2 divided by minus 3 and R3 also divided by minus 6. So this will become 1, 0, 0. Let us write 0, 0, 0. Okay, and then 0, minus 3 divides, if you divide by minus 3, so this will become minus 3 by minus 3, 1, minus 2 by minus 3, 2 by 3, and then minus 5, and divided by minus 3, it would be 5 by 3. So let us write down 1, 2 by 3, 5 by 3. Similarly, minus 6 by minus 6. If you divide this row, it will become 0, 1. So this is 2 by 3, and then this is 11 by 3. 0, 1, 2 by 3, and 11 by 3. So that's what we have now. Now we want 0 here. This is our pivot element now. We want 0 here, and here also 0. So for that, we have to first make this row operation. So let us write R3 minus R2. So this will become 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2 by 3, and then 5 by 3. So this is 0, 0. Because 1 minus 1 is 0. And then 2 by 3 minus 2 by 3. Again, this is 0. So we are lucky we are getting another 0 here. And this one is 11 by 3 minus 5 by 3. So this is 6 by 3. That is 2. So here it is 2. Now once we get here 0, our next target is to get another 0. Okay, first the columns are 0, and then the next step will be make the other corresponding row as 0. First the columns are 0, column elements are 0, then the corresponding to the pivot elements, we have to do this sequentially. First this one, then this one. After that this one, then that one. So that's how we actually proceed to find out the normal form. So what we do next? So in the next step, we do column operations. So for that, what we have to do is C3 minus 2 by 3 C2, and then C4 minus 5 by 3 C2. So this will give us, so 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Let us write down column wise 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. And then here what we have is 0, here also 0. So this is C2, this is C1, this is C3, and C4. Okay, so this, what we are doing here, C3 minus 2 by 3 into C2. So this will be 2 by 3 minus 2 by 3. So this becomes 0. So 0, 0, 0. Okay, so this becomes 0, 0, 0. Similarly, C4 minus 5 by 3 into C2. So this becomes 0. Here also it becomes 0. And then C4 is this one. So 2 minus, okay, 1, 0. So it becomes 2. It remains 2. Okay. So 0, 0, and 2. Now if you just divide row 4 divided by 2. There is not row 4, there is only row 3. The last row, row 3. So what we do? 1, 0, 0, 0. 0, 1, 0, 0. And then 0, 0. Again 0, 2. Okay. We are dividing this row by 2. So this becomes 1. Now we can just exchange C3 exchange with C4. So it becomes 1, 0. So because we are doing the column operation, so let us write column as 0, 0. 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. So this is what we have I3. Okay. Hence, the rank of A, given matrix A, is 3. So normal form is used to find out, the application of norm is to find out the rank of a matrix. Why it is ranked with 3? This is a 3 by 4 matrix. So its rank can be maximum of 3. Okay. So, but here we have found this normal form. This is the required. Normal form. So, yeah, that's how we find out a normal form of a matrix. So, if you try to look at some, yes, tell me.
Sir, when do we know that we can start column operations after some row operations you have done, sir?
Yeah, if you go back and check from here, for every step you have to first you have this one. Okay. First, the first column you make it 0. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you want to make them 0. Since 1 is here, okay. So our task will be easier to make the multipliers. Choosing the multipliers will be easy.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. So first column, then first row, and then again find out the pivot element.
Okay, sir.
And then do the second column, then second row, then third column, then third row.
Okay, sir.
Okay, in this way we will proceed.
Okay, sir.
So one by one. First row operation, then corresponding column operation. And we will find out the, this is, so in this case, we have this one. So this is our correct answer. Okay. Now if you try to look at another example. Yeah, this one. For example, if you want to try to find out the find the rank of the following matrix by reducing it to normal form. So first what we have to do, first we will do the row operation. Since we have 1, so our aim, our target is to make this one. Suppose this one is 7 or this is 1. So then we will try to make A11 as 1. Remember, for normal form, if you want to find out the normal form, so first task is to make A11 as 1. For example, if this is 6, so no row operation or column exchange is possible. Okay, if this is 7, this is 6, and this is 1. Okay, then your target should be make it the column exchange. Okay, if nothing is possible by exchanging the columns or row, if 1 is not coming, then you have to divide. Okay, by 7. So you have to divide by 7. First task is to make this 1. So since it is given 1, so we are happy with that. We can start. Okay, right. Okay, now what we have, this is our pivot element. Then we want 0, 0, and 0 here. So we'll do the row operations. Once 1 is here, if we get 1 here, then we are lucky. If we are not lucky, then we have to make this 1. Sometimes we have to fix our luck. So once this is 0, the next task will be make them 0. So how do we do that? So let us look at the other problem. Okay. So next task will be what we have to do. So C2 minus 2 times C1, then C3 plus, or you can write it as a minus of minus 1 C1. That means we are adding. Okay. Then C4 minus 3 times C1. So if you do this operation, then this will become 0. Okay. So the next matrix will become, okay, let me write down with the blue color. So this is becoming 1, 0, 0, 0. Then this will become 0, minus 7, minus 7, and 0. Then this is 0, 6, 4, 1. Then this will become 0, minus 11, minus 7, minus 2. Next, what we do? We will try to make this one 0, because this is our pivot element. So we'll try to make them 0. And of course, you can divide, you can divide by minus 7 also. Okay. And this is also minus 7 you can do. But since 7 is already there, so our aim is to get 0 here. So we can just write it as R3 minus R2. So this will give us, so 1, 0, 0, 0. Remember, if you do row operations, the next matrix you have to write in row wise. Otherwise, it will be there will be a mistake. So 0, minus 7. So 6, 11, minus 11. Then this is 0. So minus 7 of minus 7. So this becomes 0. So 4 minus 6. So minus 2. And then minus 7 of minus 11. So this becomes plus 4. And then it is 0, 0. 1 is already there. So we are more than happy. And this is minus 2 is already there. Okay. Now we can divide the rows, because we want 1 here, this pivot 1 here, and then this is 0. Okay. So for that, what we have to do is row 2 divided by, or you can just write -7, and row 3 is divided by -2. You can do this division earlier also. Okay, there is no problem. The main target is to make them 0. Now we can, after making this column as 0, we can make them also 0 by choosing suitable multipliers. For example, if you want to make this 6 as 0, so 6 minus pivot element is here 7. So you have to choose -7 times. So you have to write 6 by 7, or -7 is already there, so you have to plus it. So this is 7 goes 6 minus 6, it becomes 0. Okay, by suitable multipliers, you can make them 0 also. But if you get 1 here, then choosing the multipliers will be easy task. Okay, now what we have to do is row. We are doing the row operation. So 1 0 0 0. So 0. This is 1 because we are dividing by -7. So this is 1. So -6 by 7, then minus of minus. So 11 by 7, plus 11 by 7. Okay, and then 0 0, -2 by -2. So this becomes 1. So 4 by -2, this is -2. Then 0 0 1, and -2 is there. Okay, then what we do is we want 0 there. We want these elements to be 0. Okay, so we will write C3 minus or plus 6 by 7 times C1, sorry, C2, and then C4 minus 1 by 7 C2. Then these two elements will be 0. So if you do this, let us write C3 minus 6 by 7 into C2, and then C4 minus 1 by 7 into C2. So this will become,
that is 11 by 7.
yes, right. Sorry, 11 by 7. Sorry. Yeah, this is 11, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. Thank you. This is 11 by 7. Yeah, right. So this will become 1 0 0 0. 0 1 0 0 already there. So now it becomes 0 0 1 and 1, and finally 0 0 -2 and -2. So again you have to do the row operation, R4 minus R3. So this will become 0. Okay, this is our pivot element now. So we want 0 here. So let us write down row operation. So 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 -2. So this is 0 0 0. So this minus this. So again it is 0. Okay. So next what we have is we can do the column operation. So C4 minus, or you can write plus of 2 times C3. So this will become 1 0 0 0. This is 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0. So this will become 0 0 0 and 0. So we have this matrix S of this form. I3. We have a 0 row, so 0 here. We can make it 0 here and then 0. So here the rank of A is 3. Now the question, is it a row echelon form? Is this matrix a row echelon form?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Is it also a reduced row echelon form?
Yes, sir. It is reduced row.
Okay. Is it normal
REF
form?
and RREF. Yes, sir. Normal form.
Yes, sir.
So as you can see that, so row echelon form, reduced row echelon form and normal forms, they are very, very related. I mean closely related to each other. So if you do Gaussian elimination for only row operations, okay, let me just summarize. Okay. We have 4 kind of matrix: IR, IR, 0, IR, then IR 0 or IR given matrix. Okay. Suppose this is M by N matrix and rank of A is R. Then we have these normal forms. These are normal forms. Now, if you look at the matrix IR, so this is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. IR will have of this form. Suppose this is R by R matrix. The identity matrix of order R. Okay. Now we can see that normal form is always REF. It is also RREF. So normal form is a very strong criteria. It is a very strong or a specialized one. So if you just compare my like doctors, okay, MBBS, those who do MBBS and some internship, they will be called doctors. But only those who do specializations, for example, eye surgeon, heart specialist, it is like kind of specialized one. So normal form is a if you write the set of normal forms, okay, set of normal forms of a matrix, if you consider this, then it will contain within the RREF. Not all the RREF are row echelon form. So outside it is row echelon form. So this is a very weak condition. Okay, as you move inside the, if you can write it a circle, or okay, if you write in the circle mode, then you can call it inside the circle, inside box. Okay. All the normal forms are not, okay, all the normal forms are RREF. Also, all the RREF are REF. This one is true. But this way is not true. I mean, we can find any a row echelon form, which is not RREF. For REF, what we need just two conditions. For REF, we need property 1 satisfied and property 2 satisfied. Okay. And for this row echelon form, we have done only row operations. Okay. And for this, both for this row echelon form and reduced row echelon form, for only row operations. But this normal form, we do row and column operations. So both operations are performed for finding the normal forms. So these are very more specialized matrices for a given matrix. Okay. And now you can see that there was a question to explain the rank and REF. Row echelon form and the rank. What is the relation between? We have said that rank is the number of, for a given matrix A, rank is the number of non-zero rows in REF of A. For a given matrix A, we try to find out the row echelon form, and then we look at the non-zero rows. If the non-zero row is 2, then the rank will be rank of A will be 2. If it is 3, then the rank will be 3, and so on. Because the original definition of rank is number of independent row or number of independent columns. Number of independent. But we have seen that if we have a large, the matrix size is large, then it is difficult to find out that independence in a easier way. Right. Number of independent rows in the matrix. So if you take the row matrices, row vectors, you take the row vectors of the matrix and try to find out how many are actually independent. Row 1, row 2, RM. If n number of rows are independent, row vectors are independent, then we call it a rank will be n. Otherwise, we have to look at. Okay. So we can see that if we get either row reduced echelon form or row echelon form, if we can find this normal form, then from this normal form also we can directly get the matrix, the rank of the matrix. And depending on the rank of the matrix, we have seen that we can define the Okay, so depending on the rank, we can study the what is that? Solution system, whether a given system is consistent. So rank is connected to consistency, rank of AB, the augmented matrix. Consistency of a system of linear equations. So everything is connected. So far we have discussed the concepts. So normal form, find the rank. Row equivalent form, find the rank. Row reduced equivalent form, find the rank. Row equivalent form, find the rank. So if you find the rank, it will help us to understand whether we have unique solution, or many solutions, or no solutions. These are the three cases we can understand with the help of rank. Okay, so far we have discussed this concept. Now I will give you some exercise to find out the rank of a find out the normal form of a given matrix. But before that, before we end today's class, let us just see another beautiful application of normal forms. So this is, for example, example 3, you can try to find out the normal form. Okay, reduce the matrix to its normal form. So this is how we will do first row operation, then column operation, then row, again column, and then another application of normal forms. Okay. This is what a kind of very interesting application of these forms. We will try to find out the normal form of this matrix with the help that we will find out two invertible matrices. P and Q will be invertible matrices, so that PAQ will be a normal form. So that means we'll do row and column operations. After this, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so no doubt. Actually, yeah, Gyanendu Jha, it is, he is here, Gyanendu, I assume he is a student, male student. So he is telling whether it is a column reduced form of matrix. No, we cannot say it column reduced. So if you do only column operation, then only say column reduced form. Because we are doing row and column sequentially, one after another, so we cannot say by column reduced form. Okay. Either you will do only row operation or only column operation. Then you can say column reduced or row reduced equivalent forms. Otherwise not. When we do both the operations for a particular matrix, then we actually want to find out the normal form. So normal form is more specialized matrices. Okay, so we are not equivalent forms, we are reduced equivalent forms, we are not, I mean, if you get, that is correct. But if we get normal form, then we are more than happy. Because normal forms are Okay, from the normal form, you can just directly find out the matrix number of. I mean, if you can reduce the system, that augmented matrix, if you have a augmented matrix of this form, then, for example, after finding this, yeah. So from here, if this is your augmented matrix, then you can see there will be many solutions. Okay, so 0 equals to 0. This is, but if you have this is 1. So 0, this is our augmented matrix. So 0 equals to 1. So no solution. Okay. So in this way, normal forms are more, it is having more steps. So it will be more helpful to understand easily. Because if we have 0 and 1s only in the matrix, then it becomes more simplified. Simply most simplified matrix are the identity matrix and 0 matrix. Okay. With this matrix, we can operate easily. So this is one beautiful application of this matrix, I mean normal form, so that we can discuss now. So what we do here, the idea, let me just tell you the idea. Given a matrix, recall that we have done the Gauss elimination process, Gauss-Jordan elimination, what we have done. Okay. Now, for normal, we have just now seen that given a matrix, row and we'll try to find out IR or IR, 0 or IR 0, or we have IR 0, 0, 0 of this form. Okay. Now this normal form, we try to find out this normal form, and we use the concept of this one. So this A will be converted to a normal form. Okay. We'll write down some A, some IR, A, and then like we have seen here, the right hand side we have done one matrix, some identity matrix. Suppose this is a k order matrix, and the left hand side here also we'll do one another. This is IR, this is IK. Then we will try to find out the matrices. Some another matrix will be there, and we will not change this right hand A matrix. The thing is, it will give us P, A, and Q matrix. So both are actually invertible matrices. P and Q are invertible matrices. That means P inverse and Q inverse exists. Okay. So how do we do that? Let us do the idea. Okay. So the idea is to let us write the A matrix. We'll try to reduce it as a N matrix, the normal form. Okay. And because this is a 3 by 4 matrix, so we have to balance it. So let us pre-multiply. There is a left hand side, we will write a I3 matrix. So this is I3. And the right hand side, so 3 by 3, 3 by 4 matrix. So 4 by 4. So I4 will be there. Okay. So that means we are writing A4, sorry, A matrix is written as I3 and A into I4. Okay. Now, if we do the row operation, then the left hand side matrix will change. If we do column operations, then the right hand side matrix will change. So that's the idea to find out the normal forms. So if you do this row operations and column operations subsequently that we have done so far, okay. So if you do this row operations, that means this will change. Right here, what we're doing, this row 1 and row 3 are exchanged. Row 3 and row 1 are exchanged. So it's, that is why this row 1, this row 1, okay, this is exchanged to here, and this one has come to here. Okay, so here it is. And then we want 0 zeros here, so we'll do this row operation as usual.
Sir,
And
but in I4 we didn't done row operation, sir. Why?
I4, no, like I said, if we do row operation, then this matrix will change. Okay, A is here only. This is the trick for, we are trying to find out the normal form. So here, if we do row operations, then the left hand side matrix, okay, left matrix, that is I3 here, will change, and I4 will remain same. This is the working mechanism. Okay. And then if you do column operations, then this matrix will change. I4 will change. And similarly, when you do row operations, then this matrix will change. If you do column operation, then this matrix will change. So if you repeat this process, and finally, you try to find out the normal form here. So whatever the matrix that you get here, so we started with I3. I3 has given us this matrix, and I4 has given us this matrix, Q matrix. So both these matrices are actually invertible matrices. Okay. Remember, this P and Q are not unique. If you do some different row or column operations, because in these intermediate steps, sometimes you may get this one, and you may want to make this multipliers. Depending on this multipliers, you will get a different Q matrix or P matrix. So if you do this, try to solve this, the main target is to get a normal form, and this normal form will help us to get another two matrices, this P and this Q matrix, which are invertible matrices, such that we will have the rank of the matrix, the given matrix. So this is another application of the normal forms. Now, if you try to find out the rank of the matrix, reducing the normal forms, try to do try to verify yourself. Find P and Q matrix, so that, remember, if you try to do this, so you may not get the same P and Q matrix as your friend is getting. Okay. So the difference between, if you have Gauss-Jordan elimination, then to this matrix and this I matrix, what we had done, we had to find the identity matrix and this matrix have the same order, right? The order of the matrix are same, m by m. But here the advantage is, even if this is m by n matrix, we are able to find out two more invertible matrix P and Q, so that we are using the idea of Gauss-Jordan elimination, and we are getting another two matrices. So this is more generalized form compared to Gauss-Jordan elimination. Try to verify. Let me tell you, that you may get these matrices, you may get different matrices also. But the thing is, you have to understand whether you have received the whether you have derived the normal from or not. That is your main idea. Try to verify. For your self-practice problems, I have added these 3 matrices. And I will stop here today. Just try to verify these results.